I'm Anna.
I'm Isabella.
And this is Anna and Isabella do
Improv.
What's on your mind, Isabella?
What's on my mind? My car's in the shop. Someone backed into it. And they didn't leave a note, but I have this rental car and I'm learning what life with a clean car can be like, and I want to turn over a whole leaf.
A whole leaf.
Yeah.
Not a new leaf, a whole leaf.
A whole leaf. Not even 3 leaves over. I want to be this person now. And they keep Caliber Collision keeps sending me updates your car's almost done, and I get so sad every single time I see it because it's just I know it's going to be messy.
What's your rental?
It's literally just it's boring. It's a Nissan Altima.
Ugh, I have a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
I think, very solid car, but cleanliness means everything.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you how messy my car was, because I like my car. It's a Prius and it has a hatchback, so I could
throw your bike back there?
Yep. What's on your mind?
Well, now car's dirtiness. That's a constant issue in my house because me and my partner share our cars, and because we have a tandem driveway.
Oh, yeah.
You have to pull one out to get the other one. That's tandem, right?
Yeah,
or is it?
I think it is. Yeah,
it's stacked.
It's that makes more sense. Tandem feels like it would be
next to each other.
Yeah,
I have
cute.
a stacked driveway, and no, that makes it seem
stacked.
cool. Yeah, we can't do that, but there's a constant who's gonna get the shitty car.
Oh,
it's stressful enough that I want 2 nice cars, but wanting it isn't enough.
Yeah,
gotta find the money.
Yeah. That's a hard lesson to learn every morning,
right?
Yeah,
every morning.
Is there a negotiation process, or is it you guys trade off the nice car?
It's a negotiation process, because if you have a compelling argument for why you need the car that day, you actually do get priority. And when she was an office PA, her argument was solid.
Yeah, you can't, because that's driving around all day.
It's driving around all day. We've both done that job.
Yeah.
It's hauling water bottles. It's
you
need a big old trunk and a car that you don't mind being in. A car you can make a call in.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
That's
so when she was the PA, I was always you can have it, but now she's the writer's assistant. So it's what? Ugh.
Yeah.
You're just sitting and typing. What do you care what the car you drove is?
Her whole argument's blown after her promotion.
Yeah. It turns out the promotion was the worst thing that could have happened to her.
Yeah.
Ever getting the Subaru again.
Yeah. What do you think is one of your weaker arguments?
Driving to Improv. And it's pretty much the only reason I ever need the car. Because it's we live 5 minutes from everything.
Yeah, you literally take scooters to Improv half the time.
Yeah, because sometimes I just want the wind in my hair. But I will be oh, I have a practice in Burbank. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'm just I'm sad, I need the car.
Yeah. that would work on me, honestly.
Yeah, it's more compelling than an improv practice.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, the improv practice would make me mad. The sad would make me feel but who's not? I feel
who's not a little sad?
I know.
But your boyfriend has a Tesla, so I feel you guys have a good
I'm afraid to drive his Tesla.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
I drove his Tesla the other.
Sorry, I backed you into that corner.
Now
you're
gonna
be Tesla girl online.
Oh, yeah. It's my boyfriend. I have no association with him, and
it was a long
we're
time
not
ago
together.
That we got it.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
At least a week.
Yeah.
No, it was a few years. But I drove his car the other day, and because my car was in the shop, and a bird fell from the sky, and I swerved to avoid it, and it hit my side mirror, and knocked it clean off, and it was this huge bird.
That's nuts. It just fell dead from the sky?
Yeah, it was trying to flap to stay alive.
Oh, it was on death's doorstep.
It was on death's doorstep, and I sealed the deal.
You can't blame yourself.
I wasn't going to.
I wasn't going to until you said not to. What a big bird? A little bird?
Huge.
A huge bird
It
fell out of
says-
the sky, half dead.
Half dead. It was a crow, I think, but my friend said it could be. I texted so I was so freaked out by this because the numbers, it just doesn't feel like it would really, like, the numbers feel so 1 in a million. And I'm not really like this, but I have a friend who's really into like animal symbolism
Yeah.
and like dreams. But I texted him. I told him what happened. And he
James
was-
Werner,
James-
shout out.
Yeah, James. And he texts back, he's like, is it a crow or a raven? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, I think it's a raven. And then I was like, what does it mean? Because it was just so violent. And then he just said, ravens mean magic. But then didn't elaborate.
What does this mean? Ravens mean magic. Yeah, chew on that.
So I killed magic, or it's like magic's coming to me? I don't know.
I think magic's coming to you.
I
Let's decide.
actually think magic's coming to me.
I think so too. Let's make a little magic
Oh,
and do a Monoscene.
oh yeah. We did this before on the pod, but we're doing it again.
Yeah.
It's one scene that takes place in a single location.
Yeah. Nice ease into it. Get comfortable, because these characters are gonna exist for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and there might be some time when they're just chatting or something.
And that is, for me, the most fun thing to do in improv. For a listener or audience, I'm not sure it is. But don't you feel that way? Like, I just want to chat.
Yeah, I love just chatting in improv.
But people keep telling me I have to be active. And I'm like, why? I have to pretend to, like, jump off of a plane. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All you want to do is listen to someone talk about pie or whatever.
Yeah, catch me before or after the plane jump, but not during.
So let's get into a nice little chatty Monoscene.
Yeah, let's
where
do it.
maybe we'll be a little active.
They just texted me that my Toyota's ready for pickup.
No, it's over. Your dance with the
That's insane.
clean devil is done.
Our suggestion is Muggy.
Thank you so much for putting aside some time to meet with me.
Oh, no problem at all. I always can make time for people like this. I like to,
It means a lot, and as a I'm a influential person, right?
Right.
In society.
Yeah.
So it of course you can have time for me.
Right. Absolutely. No, totally.
What's almost commendable is me to have time for you.
Well, yes, and you know what? I'll go ahead and say it. Thank you for making time for me.
Oh, you don't have to say that.
Oh, well, it felt sort of like I did for some reason.
Random.
Random. But yes, I'm also, of course, an influential person in society.
Right, of course. No, you have a farm and a family, and
Yes.
I rule the town.
Yes.
So for me, you're influential on a very low basis.
Right.
But I understand that you wanted to meet with me to discuss the next year's
Yieldings, right?
yieldings.
Right.
Extra, yeah.
Right. Yes, so I just wanted to give you an update. I know I give you 10% in taxes right now.
Right, that's the deal.
Right. And so
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it's pretty much standard around feudal villages in England right now.
Yep.
Yeah. But I just wanted to check in and tell you that we're getting a little bit less of a turn-up yield this year. For something totally just it's very geographical. It has to do with the rains. It does not have to do with like someone throwing a really awesome fun dance party on the soil. And yeah, I just wanted to check in to influential people, you and myself, and let you know that, yeah, just a slightly less big of a yield.
I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood, because what I'm hearing you say is there's going to be less turnips this year.
Yes, that's
which is one of my favorite
really
root vegetables.
interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
I believe it's a root vegetable.
that's correct.
And I'm a little flabbergasted because in your excuse as to why it happened, you've mentioned a dance party.
Right. I just wanted to clarify that it was not because of a very fun, super all night long sort of. There's no word for it. I guess I would say rave. No one's ever said that before since it's feudal England. But
yeah, and I've never heard of it. And I don't know if you know this or if it's something people talk about, but I love dancing.
Really?
Yeah, and usually when there's an event, I privy to the location and time.
Right.
But I didn't hear about this one, so I either have to assume it didn't happen, as you're saying, or it did happen and you're worried about me finding out, not only because of the turnip, but also because I might become insecure.
Right. Well, for someone who's previously shown pretty much zero social skills, I have to come out and be completely honest with you.
I've shown zero social skills?
Listen, I can't have you at one of my parties. I cannot. And
what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I respect you as a ruler. I respect you as a person who has loosened up taxes on these here farms and on the people, but you are sort of a buzzkill at a party.
I'm a buzzkill at a party?
A little bit.
What exactly did I do that made you think that? I'm trying to be very relaxed in asking that, but I am, let's just say, quite curious.
Right. I guess it's just you sort of never want to leave the interaction, like there'll be a natural...
Of course not. That's a good interaction, is one you don't want to leave.
Right.
And you kind of hold the person, accountable to fulfill the conversation. Hostage, I would say. I'd like to hold people hostage. Right.
So I think people are just a little bit off put. And again, I admire you. We're friends beyond this ruler farm thing. It's just, I think...
A friend you don't invite to a party.
All right. Would you mind if can I act sort of like a party guest that would be at one of my parties, and you do what you would do, and then maybe we can dissect from there, because I just feel like you're not seeing it.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay. All right. That's so funny.
I know, right? I am freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that's a great joke.
And listen to this one, because you're gonna really like this one if you like the last one.
Okay, I think I'm actually gonna go grab a little drinky.
Oh, perfect! I'll walk over with you while you grab it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're going over that way. I'll walk over.
Okay, because yours is full.
Two pig farmers walk into a muck.
Okay. This is very similar to the last joke.
One pig farmer says to the other, "Oh, we got to get this cleaned up. There's too much muck."
I'm sorry. That was the exact same joke. And also, could you mind explaining why it's funny?
It's funny because pigs need muck.
Right.
To exist.
One gin and tonic, please.
I'll take one too.
Yours
Perfect.
Okay.
Or do you want to split yours?
No, you can.
I don't mind splitting.
No, just 2 gin and tonics, thank you.
Okay, 2 gin and tonics and 2 straws in both, and we'll just switch off.
Right.
Who's drinking which one? We're a unit now, and we drink as such. Now listen here. You're gonna think this is funny. 2 pig farmers walk into a muck.
Okay. Wait, but this is another joke, a different one?
This is another joke.
Okay.
This is a new joke.
Okay.
One pig farmer turns to the second pig farmer and says, "We got to get this cleaned up."
Right.
Pig farmer number 2 turns to him and says, "Why?" Of course.
This is very similar. This is pretty much
Right.
exactly the same, but more another character.
Well,
I
it
think.
explains the joke. Your big critique on the first one was that you didn't get it.
Right.
And now I'm explaining the joke in the joke.
Okay, continue.
Pig farmer number 2 says, we got to get this cleaned up. And then he says, "Why?" And he says, "Because pigs don't like muck." And the other guy goes, "Well, you're clearly wrong." Because pigs do like a muck, and then they laugh and laugh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gin and tonic. Thank you.
No problem.
Can you? Hey.
Oh wait. So this is the scenario.
Right. So I'm coming back in. Sorry, we got a little lost in our characters.
Yeah.
But okay, so could you sense anything being possibly a little bit off in that scenario? Because from my point of view, and I was really in my character's emotions.
I was too, to the point where I started playing a second character. I was so excited.
I know, I didn't. It was sort of for you to simulate the experience for you, but that was good.
Yeah, I thought you could use some work on your drink ordering.
Oh.
This is too complicated. Listen, all I need from you is just a bunch of radishes.
Okay, that radishes we got. It's the turnips that I'm glad you want that are having a low yield. Yeah. Radishes we got.
Well,
Radishes, you're going to have radishes pouring out your arse.
Okay, well, as long as there's a bunch of radishes, that's fine. And then the other piece of business that
Right.
actually I wanted to bring to you
Oh.
is, I know that you now have an American wife,
Yes, I do. Yes.
which is very exciting,
Yep.
and one of the few Americans in the.
Yep. It took her
town.
23 months on a ship to come here.
It's incredible.
And she
But-
basically said, I really don't want to turn around and go back. Will you marry me?
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's a typical way to get married.
It works. I like a direct woman, and I like one with an American accent.
And it's wonderful for you. But the thing is that she's been sort of, I don't want to say bopping about, but inserting herself in sort of daily activities at the castle.
Oh, really? Oh, she is like that. She loves castles, and she
Oh.
has an eye for governance.
Right, and she is really pushing herself as sort of joining the group. But I kept saying to her, this is not a democracy.
Right.
Well, this is not America.
She's confused because she only knows democracy. She doesn't know about kings and queens and all that.
Exactly. And okay, yeah, I can see her looking through the door.
Oh,
Dorothy?
Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy, honey. Hello.
So why did you even bring her to the meeting?
I didn't. I gave her a different location, but she's savvy. She's savvy.
What do you want her to just come in and join us?
Okay, yeah. Would you mind?
Dorothy, come in.
Hello. Oh, I mean, hello. Wait.
Oh,
Sorry.
code switch.
Yeah, I've been code switching a lot, but I'm I'm from New England, and
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Dorothy, it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
Is
And
a
then I'm-
polite way to start a sentence, but not how I feel. Please
Oh.
leave. We're in the
Please
middle of
leave.
a yes.
Okay. Do you want that, sweetie? I say we put it to a vote. Everybody
But
who
it's
wants
not
me to leave, raise your hand.
This is not a democracy. We can't put it to a vote.
Okay, well, everyone who wants it to be a democracy and put to a vote in this very instance, please raise your hand.
This is okay. Well, I
Honey,
guess
raise your hand. Raise your hand. Sorry.
don't you
she's-
don't
she-
raise your no.
Enough.
Don't. Oh.
Okay, that's two. So I guess that makes the second thing up for a vote, right? So everyone who wants me to leave, raise your hand. I'm seeing zero. Oh, one
I
hand.
raised my hand.
Okay, 1 against 2. So I guess I am here.
Okay, fine. You know what? If you're here, that's
I
fine.
love the stars and stripes and democracy.
Oh my God, you're changing our entire fabric of what we believe in here, which is just power is given to, a person for being born. What's so wrong about that?
What's so wrong about that is that it makes tea expensive. And that is exactly why we broke away. And that is exactly what I'm here to change. Because I came here and it took 23 long months. And I said, I do not have it in me to go back. So I'm going to make this place like it was.
Oh my God.
23 long months.
If you're going to be in this meeting,
Mhm.
fine, then be in the meeting.
I will.
And then fine, I'll throw something to you to solve.
Okay.
The mill people, the people who run the mill,
Right. The bread mill.
the bread mill, are asking for us to provide some more security.
Right. There's a lot of people just out there stealing the flour.
Right.
And a lot of people just kind of going in and eating the bread.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of people just sort of breaking in and eating the bread, which is a massive issue because that bread is to be sold.
Wait, what? So I see. There's thieves eating that much bread.
Yes, there's thieves that have what feels like, at least to us, a endless pit of hunger.
Yeah. It's probably like a bunch of people who bread's their favorite food, so they break in, they eat the bread.
We've made a detective unit in the castle, and what they've concluded is that bread is probably their favorite food. So they, as a group, decided to break into the bread mill.
It took them months to get this information. By the way, it took. At
Very
first they thought maybe they like bread,
right?
but they said that's not a motive.
Because if you like bread, you have a baguette
You
a
have a
day.
baguette. Maybe a sandwich.
But these thieves, because it's a group of probably 5 or 6 men.
That's what the detective said.
That's what and they assume 5 or 6 men-ish, and they are eating so much bread it has to be their favorite food. Otherwise, you couldn't possibly put that much bread down.
So and unfortunately, here's the big problem, sweetheart, and this is something that maybe even America doesn't know. Unfortunately, we spent our whole budget on the detective unit, and we don't have any to go into security because the detectives are very small, tiny men.
The detectives are so puny that they needed to use all the budget.
Yeah, and they would not be suitable to be security.
Totally.
My point in that.
Totally.
But yeah, they couldn't. They needed a huge budget to make up for how puny they were.
Right, and so I'll throw it to you, Dorothy. How do you think we can fix this issue?
I guess. This is tough.
Government's not easy.
But you know what? I think honestly, it would be to hire one person as a watch. Have the detectives done a stakeout? Have they? Well, if they're coming in every single night.
Yeah, they haven't gotten to the point where they're at the stakeout because, they did a lot of workshopping. Because it did beg the question: what does it mean to have a favorite food?
Right. So they had to, because they said, well, could one thing be your favorite if it changes every day? If one day lobster and the next day bread? Then how is that
your lobster?
I love lobster. I love lobster.
You do?
I love lobster, yeah.
Oh, great.
They have them in this place called Maine.
Dorothy, I could probably set up a boat that would send you back to America.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man?
She clearly wants to be in Maine.
Why? Because she just took a big, long sigh, beautiful eyes welled with tears.
Yes, looking to a horizon that doesn't exist because we're in a room.
Sorry, I missed everything you just said. I was just in the ocean breeze and, the lobster fishermen laughing, slinging fish around. What did you say?
Oh, what a romantic image of fishing. With swinging fish around.
Oh, sweet. Oh, it was amazing. The muscled men on the wharf. Have you heard of this man, Walt Whitman?
No.
Well, he writes about it, and he says the muscled men on the docks, and they sling their fish around, and their muscles ripple in the sun. And man, that is what I think of when I think of Maine.
Wow. I got to get you back there.
Stop
I
it.
will get.
No, please.
I have a ship going to Maine in 3 days.
Well, I can't do it because those 23 months were hard and long.
It's a fast ship.
It's
one of the fastest ships. They can do the trip in 11 days.
What? They can do the trip in 11 days?
Yeah.
11 days?
Right.
Oh my God. Honey.
Yeah.
Honey, could you mind if I talk privately with my husband for a
second?
second?
Sure, go for it.
Thank you. Honey? Honey, stop. Honey, talk to me. Honey.
What? Why do you even want to talk to me? I'm not Maine.
Honey.
Ripley Wolf.
Oh,
Ripley Wolf.
What are you trying to say? Why can you just keep saying Ripley Wharf? That doesn't even make sense. It was Ripley muscles on the wharf.
I'm stuck. Don't you ever just have a sentence that gets stuck?
Yes,
and you just say it again and again and again, and you can't get it out of your brain, and you feel like you're going to explode if you don't get it right. Doesn't that ever happen to you?
Not really.
You just walk around thinking thoughts and you don't care if they sound jagged in your brain?
Not really, no. I have a thought and then I say, I guess I don't need to think about that anymore, and I move on. I say I'll worry about that later, or I'll,
That's just not how my existence works. I'm constantly battling if I am okay and not okay with a certain thought, and then I try and control it.
Honey, that sounds exhausting.
It's horrible. It's a prison.
I don't even understand.
How do you not understand that?
When I have a thought, it's usually happy, like of Maine, and I think of it, and I think of the wharf and the rippling men and the wharf just slinging their fish around. Maybe a lobster one day, maybe a bass another, and they reel them in the big old ships that take 23 months, and they reel in a big fish, and we all sit together and sing dock songs as they cook it up, and we all talk to our children about the fish, and that's usually how my thoughts go. They're like little songs or poems.
Are you joking me? You're walking around with little songs and poems in your head. You're the luckiest woman alive.
You know what would make me the most luckiest woman alive?
What?
If you left London town,
Mm-mm.
got on a little 11-day ship,
Okay.
came with me
Go with you.
to the new frontier.
With the Ripley Wharf. Ripley Wharf. Ripley Wharf. Ripley Wharf.
Ripley's, believe it or not. I want you there.
I couldn't. No, I have the farm. I have the farm and the bread. Who's gonna watch out for the bread?
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry I was listening, but I can't lose my best man to the bread.
Please.
I need him for the bread. I can't lose him to the Americas. Look, I razz you all the time and you razz me, but here's the freaking thing. Is I care about you, man. And I know I was just trying to send your wife away, but maybe when it comes down to it, it was all just because I want the two of us to have more time together. And guess what?
What?
I know it's like to get stuck. Because you know what?
What?
My thoughts are stuck on you, man.
What do you mean?
It means that I...
What's the thought? What's the sentence that's stuck?
Well, it's not so...
What's the phrase you can't quite get right?
I guess it's I guess it's not so specific. It's just every thought that leads to you. Really? All of my thoughts lead to Maine.
Dorothy, we got that. You're obsessed with Maine, and you are going back to Maine because you and me, boy,
Me?
yes,
All right.
farmer.
Yeah.
I'm the king again.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
the farmer.
Yeah.
We should have sex.
Righto.
And we
Right-o.
and we should be together.
Dorothy. Oh, it reminds me of Maine.
No,
That's
it
all
can't
the
possibly.
Yes, all the Ripley men
Ripley
slinging
wolf.
fish around, having sex back and forth. We roast the fish by the fire. Oh.
Ripley Wharf. Ripley Wharf.
Scene.
Oh, another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
What do you think of doing an accent like that for a Monoscene? Do you think that was a fun thing to do?
I loved it.
I liked it.
I don't know how it is. It's sort of like a half British accent. I would go in and out, but I had a great time.
I'd say half British accent, half nothing, half Australian for me, or I don't even know.
I thought you held it. I thought it sounded good.
You thought I held it? I've been
Yeah.
watching a lot of Love Island.
Oh, that makes sense.
But
Ooh, we should do a Love Island form sometime.
I would love to.
Let's do that.
I would literally love to. Can I pull you for a chat?
That's
yeah.
okay. We'll
yeah.
develop it.
Okay. It can be the pull you for a chat for. No.
We'll figure
Why am
it.
I getting bogged down in the name? We haven't even done it yet.
I know, and we're supposed to be ending this thing.
And you know that's real for me, that the things get stuck in my head.
Yes, that was clear.
And we've talked about it a lot.
Yes.
And I know they get stuck for you too. Was
They
it
do.
hard to play a character that didn't?
It was so relieving. I
Yeah.
thought, imagine what life could be like,
If every thought sounded like a song or a poem, that's so delightful.
and just didn't get stuck
It
on
just
a tragic loop of horrific fear.
can't imagine. I can't imagine. I guess I can, because
Well,
sometimes
Yeah.
I'll have that thought and then I will be able to be like, I'm not interested in this thought.
That's really cool.
You know, I had a therapist, and I know this is a chatty episode, and we're supposed to be wrapping up, but can I just tell you this one thing a therapist said to me once?
Please.
She was like, you should think of your thoughts as a balloon.
Oh.
And then she went, or a cloud.
Oh, that's better.
And I was like, okay, we're already straddling two metaphors to psychoanalyze me, which means I'm a mess.
Yeah.
And she was like, if it's a balloon, have the thought and then let it go and it just flies away. Or if it's a cloud, and so now I'm like, okay, we're back, let it pass by. And you can say, that's a pretty cloud.
Oh.
Isn't that complicated?
I really like the cloud one, and the balloon one really stresses me out. Because, like, letting go of a balloon, it's like, and it, like, flops around all scary.
Oh, you're imagining the balloon's losing air?
Oh!
I think the balloon's tied off and you're, like, letting it go into the sky.
That makes way more sense. I was picturing, like, that farting sound a balloon makes as it whizzes around.
That's the most chaotic metaphor.
That's crazy.
Let it flap around and die.
But yeah, I like that. I'm going to give that a shot.
All right.
Anyway.
Thanks for listening.
Like,
Subscribe.
Rate. Subscribe. Comment. Send a letter to our email.
You can send in questions or ideas or forms you want to see, and that email is as simple as this.
Anna.isabelladoimprov@gmail.com. It'll be in the show notes.
That's Anna.isabelladoimprov@gmail.com. And it'll be in the show notes, and all we want from you is anything you want to say. Have you ever interacted with commenting on a podcast?
I think, well, not...
I haven't.
Really?
I think it would be scary.
I do.
But I'm going to tell the people right now.
It is scary.
To go for it.
I say do it.
Go for it.
Be brave. And,
do what I can't do and say, I love this podcast publicly. Do that.
It'll probably show up in your friends' feeds that you...
And that's great. Then your friends are going to know you're the kind of friend that supports
Yes,
other friends.
exactly.
And isn't that kind of lovely? Let's do this. If you've been listening to this point... Actually, no, I don't want to do this.
Well, please,
because
can I hear it out?
no one's going to do it, and then I'm going to know no one did it.
Can I hear it out?
I was going to say, if you've been listening to this on this post about this episode, comment, I love this show! !
Yeah.
And then we're gonna know.
And then say, I say throw in a balloon reference. Like, I love this.
Throw in a balloon reference, because then we know you got to the end.
Okay.
But I was gonna retract that, because God forbid we look at the comment and there's literally nothing.
Well, that's probably, you know what? That's a balloon. That's a balloon, and we're gonna let it go, because who cares?
We're gonna let it go, and if it's a cloud, we're gonna watch it go by.
Yeah.
Because hell yeah, brother.
All right. Bye.
Bye.